Hello and welcome. Today I'm going to be doing my Nerfs and Buffs wish list for Heroes patch. Since Hero seems to be coming up pretty soon, I decided let's do this. Now, I did make a Hero. I did make a Buffs and a Nerfs wish list essentially, but I'm gonna ignore it for this instance because I made that a few weeks ago, a long time ago. And my opinions have sort of changed from there on. So instead, what I'm going to be doing is that while recording this, I have my tablet with me, and I'm going to be looking at all the characters in order. I'm going to go from Mario down to Joker, and basically give my quick thoughts on the. I say quick, but I'll basically be giving thoughts on all the characters essentially. In a sense. So let's begin. So with Mario, I think he's fine. He should stay the way he is. I think he's fine as is. DK could use some buffs in some areas. I feel like he's reached his max potential. Link, he could be a bit faster with the sword swipes, but I mean, other than that, that's really it. He's really good. I just think that it's gonna take a real long time for him to find his true potential in terms of like a competitive sense. The Samuses, I think they're honestly really good. My only real issue with the Samuses, and this also applies to a later character, Me Gunner, is their weird up B hitbox, where for some reason if you hit them right as like in the middle of the up smash and you get hit and you get caught in one of those hits, you just sort of die at 0. So like, yeah, that could use a fix, you know. So, and this applies to all Samuses. I've seen it happen with all of them. So yeah, that could be useful. Yoshi, I think, is fine right now. Kirby needs speed, yo, but Kirby's so bad. Like, his damage, I feel his damage and knockback is just fine. It's just his speed in terms of his attacks are so slow. Yeah, like, Kirby could recover, but I mean, what's a recovery when most of your moves are pretty useless, you know what I mean? So Kirby definitely needs some buffs. Fox is sort of like a one-trick pony. There's not, I mean, like, what can they really do to make him stand out other than air up smash? Like, yeah, it's not really all that special. Pikachu, I think, is fine, though his hurtbox, I feel, should be a bit bigger. I mean, he's smaller than Pichu in this game. It's crazy. In terms of hurtboxes, like, yeah, he's smaller than Pichu, which I think is ridiculous, but yeah. Luigi, I feel, needs something more than just being the grab guy, kills you, has no neutral. Like, his design is flawed in my opinion. Ness, I think, is fine. In terms of Captain Falcon, I think Captain Falcon's good. I feel like Fatality is really like one of the few people, Fatality Mars, can really bring out the character and show more what he can do. For now, I can't really say he needs any buffs because I don't know what areas he's lacking other than rock crocking, which that applies to him and later on Ganondorf, where and as someone who played Ganondorf, I hated rock crocking. Like, getting punished for landing your up B when you're trying to recover is not a great thing. Like, there are people out there who will legitimately take the hit of up B just so they can get a free punish on you. It's really bad. Like, rock crocking needs to be removed. How do they remove it? Just don't give them their stupid midair poses. Like, why do they have to be posing midair? All, you know, like they should just, up B should really just, like, once they're hit with the up B, it's like another jump, right? It's like if they had another jump, and there you go, you can act out of it ASAP. But no, they gotta be posing in midair just so they can die right afterwards. So that's not fun. Jigglypuff needs help. Honestly, the fact that she turns from back air is bad. I'm telling you, if they didn't do that, she'd be a better character than she is right now. She's like, in a sense, like, Jigglypuff's only real good move is rest, and you can't come win to rest in this game. Like, a lot easier than Smash 4, but honestly, rest doesn't, like, kill as early to justify. I mean, like, her moves don't feel like they have much impact hey, she can edge guard you, but I mean, there's a certain character in the top tier that can also edge guard you, and he doesn't. I mean, yeah, she can edge guard you, but like, there's a character who we like to call Wolf, who doesn't need to edge guard you because of his extremely great neutral, and he's a really good character. So yeah, Jigglypuff is just, she needs help, I think. So far of the original 12 fighters, I just think she and Kirby could use some help. Others, really, it's just like they need more diversity in terms of movesets. Like DK could use like help with aerial spinning Kong, but that's about it. Really, like that move needs a fix. But yeah, Peach and Daisy, I think, are fine as is. My only real issue with them is how they get to break the laws of the game, where there's a short hop multiplier that basically does like less damage than a full hop aerials, and they could just bypass it. So I think that's an issue, really. The fact that they can just bypass and, you know, not have to, like, I feel if they're like in float, they should already have short hop multiplier, because I mean they can just hit you with max amount of damage and all these combos, and you know, it's pretty crazy, honestly. So yeah, they could use a nerf in that aspect. Maybe like not knockback, but at least like damage wise, like the damage reduction of short hop. But we'll see here. But we'll see. Bowser, I think, is fine as is right now. Ices, I think Nana's AI should be a bit better. Sheik is the one character that needs the most fixing. Like I hate characters. This is why I didn't play Shotos like on month 1. I hate characters that like you have to put max 4th effort but with little to no reward. And that was basically Shotos in like month 1, and that's Sheik still to this day. Like you'll see like Void put her in high tier or whatever. No, she's not high tier. You wanna know why? Because first of all, there are characters like her that play almost exactly like her that just get the do a better job at killing, at edge guarding, all this sort of stuff. She's fast, but her damage output is pathetic. Her knockback growth is pathetic. Yeah, she has needles to bouncing fish, but that usually won't work until after a certain point of percent. She really can't kill you even at 200 because she has no real kill confirms. At that point, she'll just have to hope and pray that she'll land a smash attack. Maybe. You know, Sheik needs the most help in this game, I think. Like, Sheik is not a character. If you think Sheik is good, she's not good. Alright, she's just not. She needs some buffs, some help, some assistance, alright? Sheik is crippled and needs a doctor, alright? Seriously. Alright, this character is some doo-doo. Anyways, continuing on. Zelda could use maybe some buffs in some areas, maybe. I mean, her design is basically like she just brings out Phantom a lot. Like, she really relies on Phantom, which isn't all that great, honestly. And Neutral B, you know, the famous yeah, freaking yeah. I hate all Zeldas, I swear. That's the only move they use. The only one. I have to say it multiple times just so you can hammer it in your head how much I hate these predictable players. Anyways, I mean, that goes for standard, not offline Zeldas too. Like, I hate it. Like, it's so obvious when they're gonna do it, they get punished for it. Oh, you punished me for using a move. Yes, yeah, it was predictable. I saw it coming like 10 light years away. Anyways, Dr. Mario needs some help with speed in terms of recovery. Like, his normal ground speed is like okay, in my opinion. I just think that his like recovery is pretty bad. His recovery is pretty bad. I mean, yeah, he has Dr. Tornado, but that's really about it. Other than that, he's really got not much else. His Super Duck Punch really ain't helping him either. Yeah, it's a good like out of shield option, but so is Luigi's Super Jump Punch. And guess what? That one actually kills way earlier. So big yikes. Yeah, so Dr. Mario definitely needs some help in the recovery aspect. Pichu, I feel they should just revert Pichu back to how he was pre 3.1, but keep the hurtbox, because honestly, he was a glass cannon, that was his design, and now he feels more glass than cannon, and that's an issue with his design. Like, he's still a good character, but he's essentially now just a worse Pikachu, right? Whereas before, you can make an argument to who was better, Pikachu or Pichu, you know what I mean? Like, people mostly say Pichu, but there's still arguments. Now it's flatly just Pikachu's better. Pichu dies way earlier because he hurts himself more. He does more damage to himself all around, aside from like pummels. But that's really about it. Like he all of his moves aside from grab pummels is just they do more damage to him. More damage means the likelier he is to die faster, and especially now, he will basically die at like 20. Then we have Falco. Falco, I mean, he's good, but I don't really know. I don't know much about the character to really say whether he should be buffed or nerfed. I think he hasn't reached his max potential yet, from what I've seen with Gamer Shown and all this sort of stuff. But I mean, I can't really give too much opinions on Falco. I mean, his recovery's trash, but that's always how it's sort of been. So I mean, I don't really know what to tell you. I don't personally like playing him in this game. I thought he was fine in Smash 4. I mean, he was bad in Smash 4, but in terms of how he controlled, like I felt he was just right. Now I feel like he jumps way too high and way too fast. This is the reason why I don't like playing characters like Falco and Greninja. It's just, yeah, like they just, I don't know. I don't like their like jump height and jump speed. So yeah. But that's just me, right? That's not saying nerf his jump height or anything. Just because it's my playstyle. No. I'm just saying, like, personally, from what I've played of those characters, they're just not my personal favorites. Now for Marth, we're in an interesting place where it's sort of like you don't want to buff Lucina, because I think Lucina's fine as is right now. But I think Marth is the one that needs help. His tipper hitbox is too small. His base is poor. Like, it basically will never kill, even at like 130. It's ridiculous. Like, I've seen Marth struggle to kill so many times. You know, like, and I'm gonna bring this up later with Crom and Roy, but like Marth, I feel is like he's such a weaker Lucina. It's honestly pathetic. Like, there is no reason why you should ever pick Marth over Lucina in this game. Yeah, unless you're like a spacing lord, you know, you freaking ranked up. You're now Great Lord Marth, man. Oh man, that's crazy. But like, other than that, you're not going to be landing tippers 24/7. You can't. First of all, there are characters that are just going to get in your face constantly, and you won't be able to tipper them. And even if you can space them out, Marth's frame data isn't fast enough for him to even, like let's say, for instance, he had Roy frame data, then yeah, he could probably keep you up pretty easily, honestly. But with his frame data, like Marth's current frame data, it's just not happening. It's just not. His tipper hitbox is pretty whack. It's pretty small compared to previous titles. I thought it was like fine in Smash 4, like by the end days of Smash 4, I thought it was completely fine how his sword was, where like it was incredibly strong at the tip, but his base sword was already good. Like his normal base without tip was already good. So I don't know what they did. It's like I said, Lucina's fine. It's Marth that needs help a lot. Like, his tipper hitbox is garbage. He was my first sortie actually in this game. He was my first sortie, and I stopped because of tipper. Why did you switch to Lucina? Because I'm sorry, but I don't like Lucina. So there you go. Generally, so yeah. I mean, that's just how it be though. Then we have Young Link. Young Link, I think, is fine currently. I don't know much about the character to really say much. His design is just combo heavy, zoner, kills you with specific moves, but he has kill confirms into those moves. So, I mean, no one is really playing the character anymore. Like, not many people are playing him despite his high potential. Like, I don't know. I feel like it's gonna take a while before we see young Link in majors and stuff like that, because like despite everyone, and this is sort of like a thing where it's like people will hype up a character, Inkling, Young Link, all these characters, they'll hype them up and then you'll never see them in tournament, like you know, so that's pretty funny. Then we have Ganon. I think Ganon is fine the way he is right now. Just again, rock rocking is such a big issue. He's just a powerhouse with a poor recovery and slow speed. Compared to, and in terms of like him versus Falcon, I still think he's better than Falcon in a sense. Like he does have amazing combos and such. Even like obviously they're not like big massive combos like Falcon does, but they do a lot of damage and they basically lead into his kill percents essentially. And he does have some mix-ups with side B, down B neutral ain't so bad to do sometimes. Don't keep spamming it, please don't. Up B actually kills now, so if they're holding shield and you're really up close to them, you could just grab them with up B and there you go, you know. So Ganon this is definitely the best incarnation of Ganon so far. I honestly think he's like the second best heavy in the game, second to only Bowser. I think Bowser's the best, but that's my opinion on the character as someone who still loves playing the character a lot, even though, you know, I mainly play Shotos now. I still love playing Ganon. He's forever gonna be a character I can always go back to no matter what Smash game. So that's my personal bias towards the character, but that's just how it is. Mewtwo, tail hurtbox, please fix. That's it. I mean that's really it. I think his kit is fine so far as is. It's just that tail really hurts him, especially since a lot of his animations have it hanging out there. So like Palutena can just say Nair. You've probably seen a clip where like she literally grabs him by his tail, and there you go. There's your Nair train again. Like it's pretty bad. So I think just the tail, please fix that, and that's about it. Roy, I think needs to be toned down. He's one of the few characters I think that should be toned down. I don't think any character should get hard nerfed. I just think characters should get toned down. And with Roy, it's really just side B, double-edged dance or limit cross slash. Double-edged dance is pretty ridiculous, especially since you can get the sweet spot pretty easily, because it's like forward, up, forward. They die at like 40 to 80 depending on weight and rage and all those sort of different factors. It's pretty stupid, especially in ledge and in stages that have a smaller blast zone to the side. Yeah, they're dying early, like really early, like actually unbelievably early. It's really dumb. Chrom's like kills at like 120, 130 at best. Like I've seen it. Like without rage, obviously. With rage, I've seen it like 100 at least. With Roy, I think it just kills at extremely ridiculous percents, especially for how easy it is to get base hitbox. So yeah, you know, I mean that could use a fix in my opinion. Chrom I think is fine as is. Game & Watch, I'm not too sure. I can't really speak much on the character to tell you. Meta Knight could use more active frames on certain hitboxes, but that's really all I can say on the character, because again, I don't know much about him. The pits need something cheap and abusive, because like they are too balanced. Dark Pit is arguably the better of the two in most situations. Like if you're playing pits, you know, you're mostly playing Dark Pit over regular Pit. Like that's just how it's gonna be. But they need something cheap, because they're like one of the few characters that don't have some stupid moves that they can keep abusing. The side B! But Sam, they have side B! Well, for Pit, it's utterly useless comparative to Dark Pit. Dark Pit does kill pretty early at ledge, but that's really about it, and that's only if he's hitting you towards the blast zone, not really away from it, so big yikes. Dark Pit's arrows are definitely stronger. They're better for I think pits are better for edge guarding, but dark pits just kill. Like they actually just kill, which is really good. But that's really about it. Dark pit is just the superior one out of the two, but still they need something. They need something. Give them better nair combos. Give them better like aerial combos, like with nair, down air, all this sort of stuff back here. Because geez Louiba, the only reason why no one ever plays them is because of how well balanced they are, which is ironic, because in terms of a well balanced game, you know, every character still has something cheap. Like with the characters I mentioned before, you have like Roy Side B, Ganon's sword, or whatever, right? Or like Mario ladder combos, or Fox Nair to up smash, stuff like that, right? Like something they have that has like a player keep going with them essentially. Pin Dark Pit don't have that. Like, they really don't. Like, they don't have anything like that. So yeah, help pits. Zurasu could use a bigger hitbox on up E. That's about it. So far, don't know much about the character, can't comment. Wario, don't know much about the character, can't really comment. People who say WAF should be nerfed, you're delusional. First of all, why? Why would you want that move nerfed? It's a free stock! Alright, but you get it in 2 minutes. It's a free stock, but you get it in 2 minutes, and it's not even guaranteed that you'll get the strong hitbox at times, you know? So, and one, it's only for like, and for most cases, for most tourneys, it's 1 stock. Like, you can live off of 1 stock. Alright? You can still make the reverse 3-0 comeback. I mean, wait, what? What am I saying? I'm sorry, my brain just shut off right as I said that. Maybe it's because I'm talking about Wario. Like, you can still, like, even if you're 1 stock down, you can still make the comeback. It's not impossible. It's free stock! Wario down, be stupid. Yeah, shut up. Anyways, I get tired of saying that on Twitter. Snake grenades, frame 2, please. Just not frame 1, just frame 2. Frame 2, that sweet spot, that nice sweet spot. Alright, please. Or frame 3. I would like frame 3 more. That's like Mario Nair. Other than that, that's really it. I don't think Nikita should get nerfed as much as people want it to be. I mean, if they're gonna nerf something, like tone down something, I feel it's gotta be one of the two. It's either gotta be grenades and Nikita. My personal take, it should be grenades, because if you're punishing his disadvantage, he shouldn't be able to escape from disadvantage, you know, since his whole thing is putting you in disadvantage with grenades and all this sort of explosions. Where Nikita's just sort of like a free edge guard. You know, you can still make it back on stage even with Nikita. Snake grenades is basically his get out of jail free card, because he can just get out of any combo at any time, and once grenade gets hit by a strong move, it blows up and they take the trade. Snake gets away. It's yeah. I can need something more than just being near the character, but that's really all I can say. Just give him a few faster frame days on a few of his aerials, or like his tilts. Other than that, that's really all I can say on the character. I do play him, but like, him just being near the character is pretty lame. Like, at least in Smash 4, he wasn't just near the character, but he was also bad, so what can I really say? I guess my opinion is wrong anyways. There's a Pokemon trainer, Char's, I'll go in order of the Pokemon actually. I think Squirtle's fine. I think Ivysaur down air shouldn't hit below stage. I think like there should be a way where if his down air hitbox detects a platform, like a hard solid platform like Battlefield, that it shouldn't be able to hit below. But that's just my opinion, because I think Ivysaur down air is like a free spike, a free edge guard essentially, free 2 framing. It's just so good. Yo, it's just so slow. Oh my goodness, I hate Twitter. Twitter makes me want to hate my life, honestly, on a regular daily basis. With the things people complain about, you know. Charizard could use some buffs. He's really just Rage the character, because Charizard is honestly he's like really bad. But then when you have like Max Rage, he's the best Pokemon out of the 3, because he could just out ledge, grab, back throw, back air, or like whatever, and you're dead at like 0. So, you know. But I mean, that's all Charizard has. So yeah, I feel like a lot of my buffs wish list is just make the character more diversified rather than just them being a one-track pony, which a lot of these characters are. It's just they're a one-track pony in some cases. So yeah, Diddy Kong can use some knockback buffs on smash attacks, I guess, at the very least. He has combos and all sorts of stuff. I know people say remove Diddy Infinite, but I I mean, I've never personally got hit by it, so I don't have any opinion on it. And my personal opinion on the thing is that it's a situational thing. He has to hit you while you're on a platform, you know. So should it get removed? I guess so. It is pretty nonsensical, but at the same time, it's so situational. I don't really see it too much as a problem in my personal opinion. Lucas, again, PK Fire, PK feeds the character. He's no longer a grappler. He just sort of hits you, you go away, boom. Needs something more than just being those things. Sonic needs help with his hitboxes. Literally, you've probably seen up air never connect or stuff like that. Yeah, Sonic needs some help in terms of his hitboxes actually connecting with one another. I'm surprised that out of all the characters they were fixing, Sonic was literally not touched once in terms of his moves connecting properly. So, big yikes. I think DDD right now is fine. Again, can't comment too much on the character. I think he's fine as is for now. Olimar, just make his shield bigger, and then he's good again. Like, he's fine again. The fact that he can get shield poke at full shield is ridiculous. So yeah, help out this character. Lucario is pretty ridiculous, but that's also by design. His design, like, I remember in Brawl, I believe Aura just affected Aura Sphere, or like just your special, like just yeah, I think just Aura Sphere. And while that didn't make sense because it only affected one move, where now it affects his entire moveset, I do think it's kind of ridiculous though, because it also combines with Rage, and that's the issue. It's not just a matter of him getting a damage boost, because Aura, in all intents and purposes, is just damage boost with bigger hitboxes in some cases, but Rage gives him a knockback increase as well, so he kills incredibly early, like really early. It's pretty ridiculous, honestly. So I think he should get reworked a little bit, maybe. Like, don't have Rage work for him specifically or something like that. I don't really know. I mean, it'd be kind of wrong to have this mechanic that works for all characters not work for him. So I don't really know what they could do with Lucario. Personally, I mean, I feel like you should take one or take the other. That's just my opinion. Rob is fine. People who complain about side B are big babies. You can combo into it. Yeah, okay. Oh, okay. It kills at 40 off stage. So you played against Epic_Gabriel where he used it off stage and you got hit with it. Oh, congratulations. It's Rob side B for you, but it's literally his only good move. Gyro's good, you know. Burial, like down throw Burial's good, but like it's like it is some BS. Don't get me wrong. Side B is some BS. The fact that you can combo into it is nonsense. But that doesn't really justify him being hard nerfed all the way down. I think Robbling is dumb. I think Robbling is dumb. I think him having the ability to continuously combo you from a down tilt or first set of jab, I believe, is pretty ridiculous. But I don't think Rob side B, the thing that most people are complaining about, is that bad, honestly. I think Rob side B is fine. It's just fine. Yeah, it's a ridiculous edge guarding tool, but what moves aren't? You know, like a lot of these characters can go really deep off stage and kill you at like 20. You know, so the fact that Rob kills at 40 off stage with side B is honestly generous from what I've seen at times. So, you know, I'm just saying, stop complaining about side B. It ain't that bad, you know. Alright. Look, if they buff it, I'll agree. If that thing kills at 10 off stage, alright, then we got a problem. The fact that it kills like 40 or 60 off stage depending on certain variables, and with perfect AI essentially, it's not really too much of an issue compared to other characters who can hard edge guard you pretty easily. So that's just my opinion. You didn't get hit by Rob side B. I did. I got hit with it plenty of times. I have a friend who plays Rob, who mains Rob, and he keeps doing it to me. Alright, but that's mostly on me, not really. You know, he's using his character and I'm just getting hit. I'm allowing myself to get hit because I know it's coming. I just read it. I deal with it. You know, it's like, it's adapting. Something people have a hard time doing, adapting. Learn to adapt. The more you are able to adapt, the better you're able to decode your opponent. The more you know, hey, they're gonna try to hit me with gyro combos. they're gonna throw Gyro at me first, so I block Gyro and punish. And all sorts of yeah, but people rather complain than actually improve themselves on the game, which is a common theme with Smash Ultimate. Honestly, when you look at most of the not the patches, but people complaining about buffs and nerfs. Goblin Soror, but you know. Anyways, we'll get to that later. Anyways, Toon Link needs some buffs. Worse Young Link, worse regular Link. Like he's just like in this weird in between of both of them, where he has speed and power and combos, but he doesn't have the combo. Like he has combos, but they're not as grand as Young Link. He has power, but it's not as strong as Link. He has speed, but he's not as fast as Yink. You know, I know I said Yink, and I know people hate it. That's why I said it. Anyways, help Toon Link. Wolf, I think, is fine. He'll be the one to bring you down or put you down. Whatever he says, alright? He says it with his eye patch because he needs it. Villager needs some buffs. Fairbear, Aerials, Kit in general could use some buffs. Mega Man, they keep hard nerfing him. I swear by the next patch he's just gonna be a useless shell of a character. There's just gonna be no point. The year's 20XX and Mega Man is still getting nerfed. Big yikes. Better luck next time, Mega Man, unfortunately for you. So yeah, I mean, buff Mega Man. Just help the man out a little bit. Wii Fit has disadvantaged the character. I don't like that this character generally relies on being at the ledge 24/7 for most of the gameplay. It's very uninteresting in my opinion, and I think they need something more to justify them just other than being ledge the character. I don't like them being ledge the character. Wii Fit trainer is whack. Indeed. Rosa, I mean, Rosa is like, you can say buff Rosa all you want, but at the end of the day, the mechanics of this game just aren't gonna help her, no matter how hard you try to buff her. Luma's ridiculous. I think Luma's the only character out of both of them, and that's all I can really say. Little Mac, by design, will never truly be great. He can be a mid-tier with the right adjustments, but that's about it. He'll never reach top tier status a day in his life. Unless we're talking about 3DS Smash 4 days, like month 1, then yeah, he did reach top tier at some point. But that's because people were stupid and didn't know how to play an actual Smash game. Yeah, anyways. Greninja, he's fine as is. The Mii's, I think, are Mii, Brawler, and Gunner. I think Sword Fighter's fine. Mii, Brawler, and Gunner, their specials are amazing. But in terms of their base moveset, Brawler and Gunner is pretty bad. I mean, their base moveset is weaker variations of other characters. It just fix their normals, like their tails and stuff. Like, they make them better or stronger, some sense of the word, because aside from their specials, there's nothing really redeeming in terms of them. And even even for like Brawler, some of his specials like Onslaught or whatever are completely useless due to their frame data and lag and lag. Like Brawler end lag on Onslaught literally lasts like 10 years, I swear. I used to play that character as like a main in this game when I was going through a character crisis, and oh man, Onslaught, like, he killed early if your opponent didn't DI, but yeah. Palutena's fine, Pac-Man's fine, I guess. Right now, again, characters I don't know much about. Robin, please, more use of his tomes. Give him checkmate back. That'd be great. Shulka's fine right now, in my opinion. Bowser Jr., help his recovery. Duck Hunt, help him in general. He could use some buffs, because at the end of the day, Duck Hunt is just worse Snake. Ryu and Ken, just buff mostly Ryu. You can leave Ken alone, but just give Jab 1 a bit more stun, because Jab 1 will honestly sometimes it never connects to Jab 2 because of how little stun it has. It's pretty ridiculous. Cloud, I think is fine currently. Corn can use some buffs. Bayonetta could also use some buffs. She's like a better Sheik, but that doesn't mean she's good. Where like max fourth effort, little reward. Like her reward is really just dependent on whether or not your opponent knows optimal DI for Bayo. That's really about it. Summon and Richter, they're so polarizing. I can't give them. I can't really tell you whether I want them nerfed or not, because here's the thing about Belmonts, right? Every tier list you see, you'll see them on high tier, mid tier, low tier, top tier, bottom tier, all this sort of stuff, because these characters are the hardest I think these are the most polarizing characters to rank in a Smash game ever, because you can make the argument of them being like the best, like one of the best in the game, or one of the worst in the game due to their design. Like, they can keep you out, the projectiles are amazing, but recovery wise is pretty bad. They have amazing aerials, long reach, but recovery, they get edge guarded pretty easily. It's just not great all around for these characters, unfortunately. So big yikes, let's go on. K. Rule, just return him back to day one. That's really it. He wasn't that bad. I don't get why people are complaining about him. Isabel, similarly to Villager, just hard buff. Please do. They're alright characters. They're Villager and Isabel are just very lacking, for better or for worse, in terms of what I can really say about them too. Incineroar, I think his design is just gonna hurt him, but I think he's fine as is. I think honestly, he's the only other argument for a character to be the second best super heavyweight. It's either like you can make the argument like it's Bowser first, obviously, and then you can make the argument of it's Ganon or Incineroar, and you go on from there. For my personal take, it is Ganon. But that's just me, that's my own personal opinion. But I do think Incineroar still has a little bit more growth if they just buff him in some areas, but that's all I can really say. Again, he's meant to be the slowest, but that's because of his compensation for power. But and despite his slow run and walk speed, his moves are pretty fast. So I mean, I know what they were trying to go for with him, but honestly, it's gonna hurt him in the long run. Piranha Plant, buff. Jeez, this man has like Smash 4 lag. Like plants, lag, and aerials. Like you can actually kill yourself trying to edge guard. Alright, and it's not like your opponent hits you or anything. No, you kill yourself trying to edge guard with Piranha Plant. It's stupid. This character is bad. And then Joker, I think Arsene needs to be toned down. Just Arsene, a little bit. Let him kill like 10% later. Joker's fine. I think Joker's. But I think that's really it. In terms of hero, I just hope he's good. In terms of Bancho, I don't know when he's coming out, but I hope he's good too. I'm gonna make a Nerfs and Buffs wish list. Basically, right around when rumors start happening of the releases of the next character. So like say for instance, next during October, we hear rumors that like, oh, Banjo's trailer might appear this time this week or whatever is coming soon. I'll make one, and that's when we'll do that. But other than that, thank you for listening. This is my longest video, unscripted, but this is my longest video. I'm gonna attempt to go through it and edit out a lot of stuttering and stuff, so it might be like 2 minutes smaller than the recording itself is actually, but yeah, I thank you for listening. And if you have any questions, or if you want to pitch in any idea, like any thoughts of certain things, then well, there you go. I mean, like if you have a question in terms of this or that character, or why I think this character should be buffed or toned down or whatever, because again, I don't want any character hard nerfed. I just think that the characters I mentioned that should be toned down, it's just like one move, like one or two few things. But yeah. Oh, there's one thing I almost forgot. Cloud Limit, please just show me when Cloud Limit's about to end. I'm not gonna remember it. I'm not gonna remember it ending at 15 seconds all the time, especially in the heat of battle. So, yeah, that's really it. That's all I could say. Thank you for listening. I really appreciate it, especially for this one being super long. So yeah, have a great day. Take care. Peace.
You can be